Hello there. BoBo the Bitcoiner is back. There has been a lot of discussion recently going on between the proof of stake over proof of work. Simple explanation is proof of work is you input time and energy to achieve a result. Whereas proof of stake result is decided by the high stake owner, human. Almost all crypto have consensus mechanism to decide the state of the blockchain. All right. What transactions are valid and can be added to the block, and what blocks are valid and can be added to the chain. The most popular consensus mechanism is either proof of work or proof of stake. Ideally, a cryptocurrency has to be decentralized, where thousands of peers connected to each other forming a network. All right. These peers don't necessarily trust each other. All right. Meaning that they don't have to believe in the truthfulness of the message each of them transmit across the whole network. Okay. While there is no central authority to call the shots, there needs to be a standard set of directives for these mutually distrusting peers to agree, right? Okay, let me show you this. This is where the consensus mechanism comes in. All right. In the Bitcoin ecosystem, it is the proof of work. Okay. This is the proof of work based network, referred to as miners collectively do zillions of computer calculation per second to find the number for the next block to be added to the blockchain. Meaning, miners spend time and energy to achieve it. All right. When a miner find a valid hash, they propose their block to the network by propagating it to all the nodes, which will verify the validity of that work. Therefore, miners in Bitcoin need to achieve or need to abide by the rules of the network, all right, which are checked by the nodes in order to receive the block rewards. In other words, miners do not control Bitcoin, as is often misunderstood. Okay. So you have this proof of work where miners do the work. All right. In the case of proof of stake, there is no competition, as the block creator is chosen by the algorithm based on the user stakes. I will explain that later. Now, proof of work or Bitcoin proof of work mining system is an evolution over the existing ledger system that relies on the trusted, centralized authority to maintain the record and balances, which is leveraged by the bank and nearly all other accounting related businesses to this day. All right. Bitcoin created what we call a triple entry ledger from the old double entry ledger, and the ledger self-audit and write on chain. It is an immutable ledger entry that can never be altered. That's the best accounting technology that has ever been created by humans. Therefore, it is more secure. Proof of work is a consensus mechanism devised by Satoshi Nakamoto. All right. For the proof of work to be successful, miners need to invest time and energy and a lot of hard work. So much so that there is a huge cry from environmentalists that Bitcoin mining uses too much power and is polluting the world. How true? We shall leave it to another day of discussion. But what is definite is most miners today are located in the faraway places where there is abundance of cheap and clean energy, like solar, windmill, and hydropower. Some are tapping into the wasted and unwanted energy from the oil refineries or the volcano mountain. Most altcoins choose to use the proof of work system for so-called claim to be less environmental impact. The campaign spearheaded by Greenpeace and billionaire Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen to move the protocol away from proof of work to proof of stake features. And he coined it change the code, not the climate. Larsen even sponsored $50 million movement to push against proof of work. It also claimed proof of stake enable similar degree of security. Actually, the real reason for proof of stake is for faster transaction. Since there is no limitation of 1 megabyte per block, no limitation of 1 block byte per minute, etc. Proof of stake just take another approach to finding the consensus, all right? And the decision is made by large stakeholders. In other words, if you are one of the big owner of the coin, you stake your coin and be a validator. Although they claim the governance will be rotated. In fact, what happened to Terra, which is a proof of stake system? Do Kwon unilaterally decided Bitcoin as a reserve to back up the UST without going through the committee consensus. Ultimately, in the process of changing, is their downfall. All right. Even the Ethereum now is in the process of changing to proof of stake from proof of work. They have been contemplating it for almost 2 years now. You know, to be a validator on the Ethereum governance committee, participants need a minimum of 32 Ethereum. All right. Smaller players are excluded from the process. All right. And those with bigger amount of coins are favored. Those with hundreds of thousands of Ethereum will be highly favored. All right. Whereas in Bitcoin system, even you have one Satoshi, you can be participating in the consensus. You know, this way of doing, using the stake to decide as a governance is the same as the existing traditional system before the invention of cryptocurrency, where those with the largest stake in the system, largest stakeholder, gets more power in decision making. This is how the SWIFT work, how PayPal works, how the bank work. Those are all proof of stake system. Back to human decision lah. Where's innovation? I sincerely hope Ethereum do not go down that path. Ethereum already has bad reputation of being centralized. Back in the July 2016, when attacker exploited the flaws in its smart contract code of DAO, DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, they have a hard fork. The original Ethereum blockchain eventually become classic Ethereum or Ethereum Classic, while the new fork retained the Ethereum name by rolling back the DAO or DOA related transaction and allowed funds to be reclaimed. In other words, roll back the blockchain record so that the attacker get nothing. Dangerous play. By going POS or proof of stake, it's like telling the market we can do it again if anything happen next time. No democracy. Someone is controlling the ecosystem. All trust is gone in this case. People trust Bitcoin because Bitcoin don't upgrade protocol unnecessarily to add new feature. No unnecessary upgrade means no chance of hacker attack. No hacker attack means no chance of making unilateral decision by the people in charge to reverse the transaction. Bitcoin ecosystem have no people in charge anyway. If a decision need to be made, it has to be the consensus of the community, you and me, and everyone in the Bitcoin global ecosystem. Whether you hold 10,000 Bitcoin or you hold 1 Satoshi, you are qualified to participate in the consensus. Bitcoiner will never agree to any reverse transaction. Trust of Bitcoin will be gone. Proof of work system has no recourse. Once a transaction is verified, registered into the blockchain, it is done for good, permanent, and non-reversible. Bitcoin, by leveraging energy from proving work and nodes to attest the validity of the work, can bring about apolitical money that enable equal participation and treats all users alike. Trust is the crisis around the world. The general population trust in all four institutions, business, government, NGO, media, has declined broadly. A phenomenon not reported since long time back. Nobody bring it up. To rebuild trust and restore faith in the system, institutions must step outside of their traditional role and work towards a new, more integrated operating model that puts people and the addressing of their fear at the center of everything they do. This is called proof of work, and is an ingenious way to use energy to ensure no one can alter the past. Bitcoin community objected to stick consensus method. Typically, Bitcoin, nothing fundamental will change unless you can prove to be much superior than existing ecosystem. I fully support that. In fact, I think it is suicidal to go proof of stake consensus. You know why? America will be hoping Bitcoin goes proof of stake because that opens the opportunity for the US government to kill Bitcoin. All they have to do is print more US dollar, buy Bitcoin to be the largest stakeholder, and they become the governance. Bitcoin will be history. The biggest competitor to US dollar will be taken out. The world will be back to non-democratic financial monetary system. Money should be apolitical, right? And Bitcoin is apolitical. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.